Hey humans, Real Jacob here. Yeah, got so much work to do, and they just keep adding to it. And then when they take my house and all the stuff in it, and I have to start replacing things, it's very frustrating. Of course, it's not cheap. I have to go and replace all the things that they've taken. Um, I may as well not even plan to go to New Mexico this winter. I have so many pending court cases, and who knows how much that will result in jail time. I guess that solves the housing issue. Anyway, today I have to get motion to dismiss in one of the Monroe County cases, and also a motion to do a video recording of that jury trial. I haven't requested that before. It's totally up to the court's discretion. I guess it's not easy to get. Perhaps at least an audio recording. I think that the court reporter also makes an audio recording. Either way, you're going to have to pay for that. They're not just going to give it to you. So, for the sake of First Amendment, which means the press, which I am, should have the right to record these things. Also, due process protection. And, a fair and public trial ensures that that is public, because otherwise the public doesn't really know what goes on. If they don't show up and sit through it, and even then take notes and or record it, then the public doesn't know what was said, what was said. They know whatever the press will tell them, if the press tells them anything. So far, this hasn't been like a public case. Like, they're not like making any kind of big deal like this should be. Like, oh, hey, people, this is a way that you don't have free speech. And here's a guy who's going to find out. 33 charges. Now, they always pile shit up like that because they're going to want to come to me at the 11th hour and be like, hey, if you just plead guilty, we'll just drop all the rest. In other words, trade your freedom for a little bit of liberty. That wouldn't be right, would it? That would not be right. To say, yeah, you're right, I was wrong, I can't use my words against law enforcement, even though they were non-threatening. Made no threats. Didn't incite anybody to violence. Yeah, just use words. That's a little bit more than they can handle. And how can the judge then say, hey, using speech towards the police isn't really a crime, but we're going to make it a crime as one of your bond conditions? What? What I'd have to do there is I would have to file in federal court for declaratory judgment to get the federal court to declare that what he's doing is unconstitutional and wrong. And then if he continued, I could go for injunctive relief. It sounds easy, right? No. And it's not a quick process. My state criminal cases will be done before the federal case would be heard and resolved. I might get some ruling later. This is what they did was wrong. And do you think they're really going to listen to that out here? They are so used to just having their one judge counties and there ain't no oversight and what they say goes that I don't know if they would listen to a federal judge. I think they'd just be like, yeah, what's he going to do? Make us? Because judges have judicial immunity. Boy, you can't hardly touch them. Yeah. In injunctive relief cases, I believe they can be held liable for attorney costs, though. Can't get them on anything else, but I think they can be liable for attorney costs in an injunctive relief case. Want to double check that, and nothing's guaranteed in their system.